freedom. It is the power or the right to act, speak, or do as one pleases. Hi, this is Clarity Coach Lucy, and this is Tuesday Talks at 3. Welcome to the Love Toolbox series, and welcome to the February Valentine's Day series. Today, it's all about freedom to love, and freedom to love. Because this series is all about placing you in the spotlight. And how are we placing you in the spotlight? We're ensuring that we want to seek to strengthen the love that you have as an individual. And in this toolbox, we've got words that we are unpacking, and these are lovely words. Last episode, we unpacked the word confidence, and in unpacking the word confidence, we stepped up to celebrate and experience love as a value. You see, love is defined as a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. Well, this month of love, you are the other person. And we will be covering, as I said, confidence. Today we're covering freedom, and then we'll be covering saving and winning. So episode 2, though it's all about freedom, it'll be about you being freed from holding yourself back. So we're giving it a construct here, in that we are not holding ourselves back so much as we like to, but we know we are in that space and we're giving ourselves the permission to be able to let go. So there's a clarion call to stop waiting, and therefore we are demanding more from ourselves so that we can be the best of ourselves. Earlier this year, I attended a vision board training to plan out my year. I'm a stickler like that. So because of my corporate days, there was always a strategic plan that you would do for the next year. You worked according to a plan, set objectives, set action plans, know who is responsible, and put out the timelines. And this worked very well for me. And so I do the same thing in my personal life. I ensure that every year I have a game plan. Now, in the spirit of learning and in the spirit of improving myself as a coach, this year I tried something different. And that something different is a vision board. I'd never done a vision board before. The science, as was being explained to me, behind a vision board is that once you have it visualized, your plans visualized, your desires visualized, and right in front of you, there's a message that is sent to your subconscious. And as it is sent to your subconscious, because you keep on seeing it every day, the universe, it colludes and starts to present these scenarios to you, and you actually see the things coming into fruition. Well, I was one to try it out, so I was seated in this vision board training, I beg your pardon. But then I digress. So as I sat there and I was listening to the presenter doing her thing, and she did an amazing job. Shout out to you, Nyevu Karisa. That was amazing how you broke down the vision board. It's as if you were talking to me. I was the only person standing or seated in that room. But as I was seated and listening to the presenter, I was reminded of all the other things I could have done whilst working on my business. Remember, in my corporate world, it was about the business, and all these plans were around the business. And so it helped you to stay focused when you knew what your vision was, your mission, when you knew what your core values are, when you knew what your objectives were, your goals, your actions, who was taking care of what, and the timelines. The measurement part of knowing whether you're successful or not was there. You were able to fill the gap so much easily because you had information. And this information, you were able to analyze it. I'm getting too corporate at the moment. But just so that I can explain to you where I'm coming from, the background of this Lucy sitting in a vision board training. So I asked myself, what are the other things that I could have been doing alongside working and focusing on my business? And the answer distressed me for a moment, but it was, like we say, true story. I could have worked better on me, because I am the people in the business. I have to be present. I have to be fueled to show up for those objectives and those action plans. I have to be fueled to show up for responsibility. So I had kept me on hold and put my business ahead. Are you on hold in your life? Can you figure out a place where you are on hold? Do you have an aha moment? Have you had it perhaps? I would like you to direct message me and share with me where it is that you felt you were on hold in your life. Well, I knew I was on hold in my life in November last year when I was first reminded of how passionately I pour into my business. I absolutely love what I do. I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a facilitator. This is what I do. I'm a moderator, I'm an MC. And I pour myself into my business. It has my DNA all over it. I absolutely love it. I love to provide solutions and fulfill people and give them hope. In turn, I get the hope too. Well, as I pour myself into the business and others, I forget myself. The signs were there last year. I was getting more and more tired. You know that lethargic feeling? Getting up in the morning to do what I needed to do was getting harder and harder. And I thought I was coming down with something. I was coming down with burnout. So I was tired. My body ached. For no reason, my body was aching. I was not feeling creative. Now, in my world, I need creativity. I need to figure out different ways of sending out and communicating the same message of coaching, of mentorship, of training, of facilitation. Just so that I can have that strength, I needed time out. But what was happening here? I was pouring all my energy into my business, using the background of my corporate world, and I was forgetting about Lucy. I was forgetting to nourish Lucy. You see, though I had created a routine, if you look at my action plans, there was a part for Lucy. I've got all these lovely me time ideas, things that I love doing. I just needed to show up for them. So I had that game plan, but over time, I mean, those are 12 months, 12 months of the year. Over time, I realized that I was slowly slipping off the routine of Lucy. So though I had this fantastic game plan, I was slipping off my routine. And that energy and time that I had allocated for Lucy, I was now applying it to my business. And like I say, I love doing what I'm doing. So have you slipped up on taking care of you? Have you realized that there's that area where you could allocate more time, more importance, more value to you? And why you? Because once you are nourished, you are the executor of the things that are pouring out from you. Whatever it is that you do, there's a DNA of you all over it. I realized I was held prisoner by my ideal idea to make a difference in the world, and a difference I was making. The reviews that you can read on my coach links, the reviews that you can read on my LinkedIn page. And if you were to follow me on IG, you will see that indeed I am making a difference. But I am making a difference in other people's lives. I had slipped up on making a difference in my personal life. The inside that needed to be nurtured. Why? Because I was waiting. I was waiting for all of it to come to fruition, all of it to be aligned. And then, once it's aligned, then Lucy can give attention to herself the way she wants to. I was waiting for it to all really work out before really taking care of myself. Like I said, don't get me wrong, and I'm going to repeat this enough times for as long as our session can allow. Don't get me wrong. I still did the little things that matter most to me. For those of you who follow me, I love to do my daily walks. I still do those. You know that I gave a story about 2 years ago about how now I switched from drinking my Coca-Cola to drinking my water. I still drink my water and I feel healthier for it. But I was doing things for the sake of doing. You know, tick a box, and I did not stop to smell the roses. It's Valentine's. Let us stop and smell those roses. I was waiting. I was waiting for things to get aligned before reverting back to Lucy. Are you waiting for the right time? Are you experiencing the same thing that I did? Are you waiting for the right time perhaps to start reading? Are you waiting for the right time for someone to reward you? Are you waiting for motivation to arrange your space around you, redo your house or your office or arrange your books? Are you waiting for a great job to fall into your lap? Are you waiting to win the lottery, for retirement? Are you waiting to be chosen to be part of that team? Are you waiting to be loved? You're not alone. Many of us are waiting. The magic is in having the awareness that now you know you're waiting, that now you know you've been held prisoner by your idea of an ideal world. Take it from me and stop waiting on your life. The only difference between you and those others who seem to be getting on in life and happening and things are just going so smoothly for them is that they did not stop. They kept moving forward. You stopped. You remained stagnant. You slipped up on you. In episode 1 of the Love Toolbox, it was about connecting confidence with love. It was about identifying love as a core value and stepping up into experiencing it. I do hope you've experienced it in the last 1 week since our last episode. So by being on hold in your life, you are robbing yourself of the opportunity to experience love as a core value. I will say that again. By being on hold in your life, you're robbing yourself. You are a prisoner of self. This is by choice. There's nobody else who's holding you prisoner but yourself. Stop waiting and demand the best for yourself now. Do it for yourself. Tap into that freedom, guys, to express love as a core value in your life by doing what you love here and now. Start now. No holding back. In fact, we should have a hashtag and somebody should drop it here in the chat box for me. No holding back for love. So we just put hashtag no holding back. If somebody can drop it down in the chat, I'll be very happy. So start now. Start now. Get the message. Get the assignment right. It's about you. This February, the spotlight is on you as an individual. We want you to be able to tap into that love, and we are seeking to strengthen the love in us as we unpack these words in the toolbox, in this toolbox of our lives. How are we going to do it? So I encourage you, know who you are. I encourage you, don't wait to start reading. Start reading now, whatever it is. You may say to me, I don't have space in my house, Lucy, to stock up books. I don't have a library to stock up. You may say to me, but Lucy, it's expensive to buy books. Well, what you can do is download ebooks and read them. You can sign up for Kindle and you can troll Amazon for books that you like. There are many free offers. Don't wait. Start now. Show yourself love by choosing you, by saying yes to you. Reward yourself. Don't wait to be rewarded. I remember there came a time in my life when I was rewarding myself for the successes, the small successes that I had. And my children would ask me, why are you buying that for yourself, Mom? Why are you doing this for yourself? The first time I ever did that, You can see the ring that I wear on my pinky. That was the first time that I rewarded myself for a job well done. And this is almost 30 years ago. I still wear the ring to remind me of that profound moment when rewarding myself was so fulfilling. Well, whatever it is you do for yourself, do it so that you can reward yourself. Don't wait to be rewarded. Be motivated. Stop hanging around and waiting for somebody else to inspire you, for Lucy to come here on Tuesday Talks at 3 to inspire you to do something. Find it within you to be motivated. If you still feel you're stuck, I would like to send you back to my January series, which was the Leading Self series. And all the recordings are found on my YouTube channel. Go in there and go into episode 1. And I was sharing words to inspire you. Go in there and look at those words that will inspire you to get you out of that rut. Put yourself out there. Ask for what you want. Don't wait for somebody to come and say, I need you on my team. Go out and say, I would like to join your team because this is what I bring to the table. And I can see that this is what your mission is. And we can align our missions. Do it today for yourself. You're showing yourself love. You're showing yourself kindness. So show yourself love and kindness. So I'm just going to jump into 3 areas that I want to share with you. Areas that are going to help you to be able to jumpstart yourself. So the first one is focus on you, not on the what. So focus on the who, which is you, and not on the what. And you're asking me, Lucy, how do I do that? Well, if you find that you are stuck and not sure how to start now, remember I said start now. If it is about rewarding yourself, start now. Today is a very good day, actually. Today is Valentine's Day. Go out and reward yourself. Do not wait for that phone call. Do not wait for that offer. Do it for yourself. Reward yourself on this day of love and kindness. Do it for yourself. And I can assure you that you will feel nourished and your cup will be filled with what you have done today, just by that small action. So, if you find that you are stuck and you're not sure how to start now, reset yourself. And I have a simple exercise, yes, a simple exercise that I'd like you to do. So around you, either use your phone or use a paper or a journal or your diary or maybe your laptop. I want you to pull that out because I want you to do something there. I want you to write down something. And here we go. In your journal, or whatever you have to capture this information, draw up 3 columns. So as you draw them up, each one will have a heading. The first column, I'd like you to head it as I am. I am. So right at the top, in the first column, put I am. In the second column, put in I am a. And in the third one, put in I choose to live with. So now on your paper, on your phone, in your journal, in your book, in your diary, you should have 3 columns, with the first column headed as I am, with the second column headed as I am a, and in your third column headed as I choose to live with. Now I'd like you to understand how to move forward on this. So please bear with me, and this gives you more time to draw your columns up. In the first column, that is headed I am. This is not what you do. This is not how you run your day. This is about who you are. I am. So I can say today, I am love. I can say today, I am kindness. I can say today, I am joy. Now in the next column, I am a is about what you do. So Lucy would fill out, I am a coach, I am a mentor, I am a facilitator, I am a mother, I am a friend, I am an auntie. So this is what I would fill in I am a. Then in the third column, I choose to live with. So I choose to live with, I would fill in love. I choose to live with honesty. I choose to live with pride. I choose to live with loyalty. I choose to live with... What I need you to do is plot 6 words under each heading. And don't worry if some of these words are repeated. That's the least of your worries right now. What I want you to start doing is get into this feeling of putting down words, of describing self. You see, the answers to these questions will kickstart your freedom to love, your freedom to express your love as a core value to yourself. So even as you wake up in the morning and the first thing that you're doing perhaps is looking yourself in the mirror, affirm these words that you have just put in these columns to yourself. I am honesty. I am joy. Now, when you do that, like I said during the vision board training, a message is sent to your subconscious. And if you do this enough times, let's say you start doing it here and now, for the next few hours, it's going to be playing around in your subconscious. If you keep on doing it tomorrow and the day after, and you run 21 days and create a habit, it's going to be pushed to your frontal lobe, which is your conscious now. And guess what? It's going to be second nature. This is how you're going to be introducing yourself. You will not be saying that I am a coach. You will be expressing yourself by these lovely words that you have put in I am and I choose to live with. I hope that helps. So focus on the who you are and not on the what you are. On the who you are, not on the what you are. Then ask yourself, what actions do I need to get there? What action do I need to be loved? What actions do I need to choose to live with honesty? Ask yourself, what other skills can I work on? The ones I've already done on, fantastic, tick. How can I build on that? Well, I hope that little exercise has helped you to focus on the who and not on the what. The second part is analyze it. Now, statistics show that a full 80% of your problems come from 20% of your life. Isn't that amazing? A full 80% of your problems come from 20% of your life. This is a true story. Think of it this way, and I'll give you an example. When I am coaching and I ask my clients a question, because coaching is deeply about questions and reflecting and insights and just helping you to bring out the you who is in there. And one of the questions that I ask a lot is, what would you like to have happen now? Now, when I ask this question, I now know that most of the times, 9 out of 10 times, my client is going to list out for me the things they don't want. You heard me right? The question is, what would you like to have happen now? Automatically, as human beings, our trait is to go to what we don't want, because this is how we are wired scientifically. So a full 80% of your problems come from 20% of your life. It's true. Determining what that 20% is that is affecting so much of your life is important. We need to determine it, and I hope that little exercise we've done of self-awareness will help you. Then we need to start making our lives happier, more efficient, more satisfying, full of love and kindness. So in that exercise, it is just a helpful way to get you knowing who you are. Because once you know who you are, that is how you show up. That is how you ask people for what you want, because you're coming from a foundation of understanding what is important to you and why. Why is love important to me? Because that's who I am. Why do you choose to live with honesty? Because that is how I show up. I hope it's all connecting and making sense. And I was hoping that somebody would have just dropped there in the chat box, #NoHoldingBack, because there's no holding back now. You have no excuse to hold back. I have no excuse. So know who you are. We go back to that reading. Start reading today. We go back to the rewarding. Don't wait for somebody to reward you. Start now. You know what you like. Show yourself love and kindness. Ask for what you have. You will be surprised what will happen in that space of asking and that vulnerability that you show. I want you to make this your mantra. Thank you so much, Patricia. No holding back. Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, I am quite happy with that. Well, that was analyzing it. The last one that I promised to share with you, the 3 areas. First is focus on the who, then is analyze it, and then assign value. When something has a level of value, it has worth to you. What is worthy to you is different to somebody else. There's a saying, and maybe I'm not going to get it right at this point. One man's food is another man's poison, or one man's poison, another man's food. Something like that. So whatever it is that you value may not be of value to somebody else. Whatever it is that you hold of worth may not be worthwhile to somebody else. So it's about you. A big mistake in my coaching clients that I see is not assigning a true value to your time and your energy. To your time and your energy. There's a gentleman by the name of Tony Robbins, and he's a guru, he's a coach, and I follow him so well. And he talks about where focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on the who, that is where your energy is going to flow. So you need to give yourself some value of your time, an essence of value to your energy. And one way to do this is in the saying yes to something so you can say no to something else. You may argue with me that in a menu of things, you already see that everything is important. So how do I then make a choice, Lucy? Again, you have a meeting with yourself and you decide, in this instant, here and now, which one carries more value for me? And that is what you're going to say yes to and say no to the other. Now, that is the least of your worries. Where you should be concentrating on is when others come in and force their intentions on you, which are not aligned to who you are. This is when you need to step up in confidence and say no. Choose yourself. Choose the freedom to love yourself. Always ask yourself, is this valuable enough to me to crowd my life with, to fill my life with, to nourish myself with, to fill my proverbial cup with, or even bump off something from my schedule today? Is it really valuable enough for me? Only you know the answer to that question. So be honest to yourself. Use the words that you have defined yourself by. I am. Use those words. Try it. Play around with that list of 6 words in each column, and you'll be amazed what will come out. You may even add your own words and direct message me and tell me how that is going. You see, remember, I bumped off taking really good care of myself for my business. Whereas they were both important to me, one of them began to take its toll on my body towards burnout. And I was able to see it before it happened. For 3 years, I never took a day off. Every day I am working on my social media. My family can attest to that. I don't know how to relax where my business is concerned. It is in that gap that I could have been taking care of myself. So by saying no to myself, I was saying yes to my business. And it has grown, don't get me wrong. I'm in a beautiful space with my coaching business, with my mentorship, with my training, my facilitation, my social media. It's the choices that I make. But then guess what? Who's going to show up now if Lucy has burnout? So apply this to yourself. My cup ran dry. Don't let your cup run dry. Exercise that freedom to love yourself and show yourself love and kindness. I drove myself almost to burnout. So the 3 areas were focus on the who, not the what, analyze it, and assign value. Remember, stop waiting on your life. Hashtag no holding back. Thank you, Patricia. The only difference between you and the other people who seem to be getting it on is that they did not stop. They continued pushing that agenda which was important to them. You have the simple exercise, and in that simple exercise, you can start yourself now to express the love in a point of freedom. You can now fill up your cup with love and kindness. Well, as we come to the end, here are the takeaways on how to stop waiting and how to demand the best of yourself. Number one, have self-awareness, guys. I cannot say that enough. Number two, know what is important for you so that you can be able to balance which thing you're going to say yes to and which thing you're going to say no to in that instant. And then number three, know those things that are important in your life so that you can answer the question, why is it important to me? The recording of this episode will be up on the YouTube channel by this evening, and you know what to do when you go to YouTube channel LMC Consultancy. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification button for the latest recordings. And now I'm asking you, because I have the freedom of love and kindness, please help me to get to 500 subscribers. Share this link so that more people can benefit from what you are benefiting from today. Remember to follow us on IG, on Facebook, on TikTok to receive regular updates, and visit my website lmcconsultancy.com for more on our services. Right now we are running the personal planning for 2023, the February cohort. We are having fun, but registration has already opened for the March cohort. You want to jump in there and secure your space. And in April we're going to run the first series of masterclass, which is core values. It is 2 days. The dates are 12th and 13th of April. You want to save that date and watch out on my social media handles on the updates. Let us help to build each other, guys. The next word out of the love toolbox is saving. So you don't want to miss that episode. Until then, be kind and love yourself. Bye-bye now.